Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Sig Sauer SP2022 and 40 cal, otherwise known as the Sig Pro. And let me just start off by saying, oh my god, what an awesome gun. Alright guys, Sig pistols are well known for their world-class, both state-of-the-art and, as they like to call it, hell and back reliability. And I personally believe the SP2022 is no exception. Um, Before purchasing this weapon as my everyday carry, I read a bunch of reviews and watched a bunch of videos, people talking, and I agree with a lot of other people. This has to be Sig Sauer's most unappreciated, underrated gun in the whole Sig Sauer lineup. I mean, most of the attention goes to usually to their P series weapons, and I mean, let me start off by saying I love Sig Sauer and all their weapons. My first one was a Sig P226 in 9mm, and I fell in love with Sigs right from that very first day. Um, and even though this is a polymer frame model, I do believe the Sig Pro is every bit as good uh, uh, as the all-metal SIGs that are out there. Um, it's just the quality of it is unbelievable. The slide itself on the gun, the tolerances are extremely tight. There's not a lot of slop in the gun. It won't rattle when you move it around. It's not as expensive as the other SIGs, and I think that's where a lot of the problems that people have with this particular model is the fact that it doesn't cost what normal SIGs cost. It's about half the price. Most SIGs are up there in the $900 or $1,000 range, and this SIG is down around the $380 to $450. Depending about where you buy them and whether they come with contrast sights or night sights. This particular model I have here has the night sights on it. This particular gun now comes in both 9mm, 40, and 357. While we're talking about it, let's get talking a little bit about size and weight of this gun. Weight is completely empty with the magazine. It's about 29 ounces. The gun overall length is about 7.4 inches. Height is about 5.7 inches. Width is about 1.4 inches. So it's a little thick for an everyday carry. But I personally like it. It's what they call the compact model. It's slightly bigger than HK USP40, which you've seen the other review I have. It weighs about 4 ounces more than that one empty, and it's slightly bigger overall than the H&K. But it's my everyday carry. I love this gun. I took it to the range today and shot it for the first time. Put over 200 rounds through it, and all sorts of firing, from single shots to double taps to quick firing. At one point, I even actually accidentally dropped the gun in the sand. When I was putting the mag in it, my hand just freaked out and I dropped it. So I picked it up out of the sand, slapped the mag in, started firing, and it just kept going. I mean, this thing is a machine. The barrel length on the gun itself is about 3.9 inches, and the sight radius, which I happen to like, which helps with the accuracy of this gun, is about 5.9 inches. Trigger pull is, this trigger is just absolutely unbelievable. It's like butter. I mean, it's rated at 10 pounds in the double action mode and just over 4 pounds. They say 4.4 pounds, I believe, on the SIG website in single action mode. I have never had a trigger like this trigger. I mean, I'm sure people pay hundreds of dollars, if not more, to have triggers on their guns do what just comes out of the box with this model SIG. if you can get your hands on one, get to the range, and if they have one a rental there, I suggest renting it and trying it out. It is just one of the smoothest triggers out there. It's a top-notch trigger. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I can't say enough about it. Ergonomics, the gun comes with replaceable grips here. They come in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. This one happens to be the medium. Field stripping is pretty easy. You can see there's not many components here that will keep you, make it that hard for you for field stripping the weapon itself. Cleaning is extremely easy. Obviously, being able to break down the barrel the way you can get at the gun. Accessories, it's got a Weaver style rail here, so you can mount any accessory on a handgun, a laser, a light, anything that attaches via the Weaver style, you'll be able to mount on this gun. The trigger guard here, you can see they kind of flattened it out on this model. On the old 2009s, it was more of a rounded edge here. They kind of flattened it out, and they gave it a serrated texture here, which I guess is good for some people who, when they wrap their hand around the gun, like to put their finger out in the front. I don't shoot that way. I tried it. I pull to the left, I believe it was, when I try firing that way, and it isn't how I shoot my H&K, so for me it doesn't matter, but those who like to have their finger out here in front of the trigger guard, it's serrated to give you a better feel of gripping the weapon. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Talked about portability and concealment. It's still a relatively new weapon in the Sig lineup. There are a couple of, actually there's quite a few manufacturers. I did a search on Google for holsters, and there are quite a number of manufacturers that make both concealed holsters for it and open carry holsters. Phobos makes one. A company called RSR Defense makes one that's actually what Sig carries on. If you go to their website, their Sig Sauer open carry holster is made by RSR Defense. There's a Super Tuck Deluxe concealed in the waistband model for it. I actually use a Don Hume leather holster for open carry. That was actually for my HK USP40. Wound up being an extra holster. I wasn't wearing it with anything else, and after working the gun back and forth just a little bit, just to make extra room for this trigger release here, the hammer release I should say, which the H&K doesn't have, it fits in there snugly, works just as great. It's been a really great holster for it. As for durability and reliability, as I mentioned earlier, the term hell and back reliability is absolutely can easily be claimed with this model Sig, as with all others. Alright, let's go ahead and put this together now. Take the slide, take the barrel, drop it in. Talk real quick about this guide rod. This happens to be a stainless steel guide rod. It was an upgrade that the previous owner, I bought this gun used off a auction website. The gentleman decided to put the stainless steel guide rod. It comes with a polymer guide rod. I don't believe it would have been necessary. If I had bought the gun brand new, I wouldn't have upgraded it. Sig knows what they're doing. If it needed a stainless steel guide rod or a metal guide rod, they would have put one in. I believe the polymer one is absolutely fine. My HK91, which has got a couple thousand rounds put through it, HK91, my HK USP40, apologize, which has a couple thousand rounds through it, has a polymer guide rod. Never had a problem in dealing with the gun itself. Doesn't need one. See on the back here of the slide, it's got these two grooves that you need to match up with the metal bars here on the frame. Take the slide release, slide it in. There's a little notch in here you need to slide back and line up with the top of the slide release here. I'm trying to do this one-handed on camera gets to be a little difficult. Got that popped in. There you go. Drop the hammer. Rack it back and forth a couple of times. Fire the trigger function check. As you see, the magazine is empty. It locks back. Slide release forward. Pull the trigger. It goes bang. I can't say enough about this gun. As I said, I shot earlier today, and I'm just absolutely amazed on the accuracy that I shot with. If I can, I'll post some pictures of what I shot along with this review on my blog. Well, I hope this review helped some of you make a decision, at least checking this one out at your local gun range if they had one for rental. I definitely recommend it. It's an awesome weapon, and I definitely would recommend it to anybody who's looking for one that you can put your life on the line with. Appreciate it. Any comments as always, and talk to you later.